The message from America's most senior diplomat was clear and direct, as European Union leaders stepped up pressure on the UK government to begin exit talks quickly. Kerry called for wise choices.
And that means choices that to every degree possible are not aimed at retribution, not aimed in anger, but rather are thought through in a way that brings people together.
In Parliament, the UK's outgoing Prime Minister David Cameron was equally straight-talking. Britain will begin exit talks when it's ready, he said. And that won't be before the country has a new leader in 2 months from now.
Before we do that, we need to determine the kind of relationship we want with the EU. And that is rightly something for the next Prime Minister and their cabinet to decide. Mr. Speaker, this is our sovereign decision, and it will be for Britain and Britain alone to take.
Earlier, government ministers had arrived for a cabinet meeting amid a climate of crisis. The pound had resumed its historic slide in the wake of Britain's vote to leave the European Union, tumbling to a fresh 31-year low. That, despite attempts by Finance Minister George Osborne to calm the financial markets.
Our economy is about as strong as it could be to confront the challenge our country now faces. It will not be plain sailing in the days ahead. But let me be clear, you should not underestimate our resolve. We were prepared for the unexpected, and we are equipped for whatever happens.
Along with sterling and the euro, stock prices on the London markets continued their downward path, opening lower and extending Friday's losses. Lead Brexit campaigner Boris Johnson, a possible successor to the departing Cameron, has broken his silence on what should happen next, talking up what he called the good news.
I think it's very good news that the Chancellor has come out and said some reassuring things to the markets, and it's clear now that Project Fear is over. There's not going to be an emergency budget. People's pensions are safe. The pound is stable. The markets are stable. And I think that's all very good news.
In Downing Street, though, the cabinet meeting broke up with no comment from ministers. Home Secretary, how was the meeting? Leaving without saying a word, aware, though, that the country remains engulfed in a constitutional, financial and political crisis unprecedented here in peacetime. Richard Bestic, CCTV, Downing Street, London.